As one year ends, another one begins, and it's to this seemingly bright future that we want to look ahead at all the most exciting games we can't wait to play on Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo and PC in 2025. Not all are guaranteed to release, of course, but for now all the following titles have a tentative, if not hard, release window of this year. Let's take a deep dive into our most anticipated 2025 games. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Originally scheduled to release on November 15th, 2024, the latest entry into Ubisoft's long-standing Assassin's Creed series suffered a delay last minute and is now scheduled to launch on March 20th. When it inevitably does release, players will be treated to a beautiful version of 16th century Japan to explore as one of two protagonists. Naoe is the traditional silent assassin type, while Yasuke promises to be a lot more forthcoming based upon the historical African samurai figure of the same name. Assassin's Creed Shadows promises to be the type of entry that should appease fans of the franchise old and new, so here's hoping Ubisoft can pull it off. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. A ground-up remake of the original 2004 PS2 masterpiece of a similar name, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater certainly looks gorgeous. The question we're still left wondering, however, is whether developer Konami can live up to the tall task of taking one of the stealth action series' most beloved entries and make it relevant for a new generation. So far, all we've seen from Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is a rather nice facelift and some small changes to the controls and camera. Built on Unreal Engine 5, we'd expect nothing less, but we're still curious as to whether the lack of Kojima's involvement can see Snake's Cold War mission achieve the same impact it did the first time around. Grand Theft Auto 6. Arguably one of the most anticipated AAA titles of all time, it's now been well over a year since developer Rockstar Games gave us our first look at Grand Theft Auto 6 with its debut trailer. The new take on Vice City certainly looks varied and entertaining. Now all we're left waiting to see is how the game actually plays. Sure, there's guaranteed to be the same GTA rigmarole of performing heists, jacking cars, and poking fun at tech billionaires, but if Rockstar truly does intend to release GTA 6 sometime in 2025, it shouldn't be long until we see more. GTA 6 is the game other AAA games are wildly scared of, so don't expect a lot of hard release dates until Rockstar nails down one of its own. Borderlands 4. Despite the movie version of Borderlands falling flat on its face with longtime fans as well as at the box office, Gearbox is hoping to bring back some cachet with the launch of Borderlands 4 in 2025. Sporting 4 new Vault Hunters to play as, a new central villain to take down, and even more types of creative weaponry to make use of, Borderlands 4 looks to scratch the same chaotic FPS itch the series is known for, albeit in a way that takes full advantage of current gen hardware. No loading screens between areas should make for a seamless experience, one that is promised to allow for different traversal techniques thanks to new vehicles and the addition of a grappling hook. If you're seeking a fun time shooting in co-op with friends, Borderlands 4 is one to watch in 2025. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Originally announced for the Nintendo Switch as we know it, there's now a high chance that the fourth installment in Retro's beloved Metroid Prime series could also come to the Nintendo Switch too. The truth is, we don't know for sure until the full nature of Nintendo's next console is fully unveiled. For now, however, our most recent look at Samus's spacefaring adventure was incredibly atmospheric and otherworldly, surely making it one of the 2025 games worth keeping an eye on most. Its Beyond subtitle suggests that the ambition here is bigger than any Metroid Prime game before it, hence why we can't wait to learn more. Monster Hunter Wilds. After garnering great success with the release of both Monster Hunter World and then Monster Hunter Rise, Capcom's beast-slaying series has now taken full hold in the West and promises to reach its full potential on February 28, 2025 with the release of Monster Hunter Wilds. This time around, players can ride on their sacred mount to gain a better sense of the area, performing crucial acts such as weapon sharpening and healing without having to pause the action. Alongside the same satisfying gameplay loop from before, Wilds places a greater emphasis on story and will support 4-player online co-op to take on some of the biggest monsters ever to appear in the series. Combined with impressive weather effects and multiple biomes, each based on a different theme, this is one ambitious installment Monster Hunter fans won't want to miss. Avowed. Legendary RPG developer Obsidian Entertainment is set to provide its own spin on the fantasy RPG with a quirkier, slightly less serious take on the genre. The studio promises to bring the same sense of fun to the world of swords and sorcery as it did sci-fi with its previous game The Outer Worlds. worlds, with weapons that can be upgraded, various NPCs that accompany you on your quest through the living lands, and plenty of choices to make. Avowed perfectly looks like a digestible fantasy RPG capable of scratching that Elder Scrolls style itch. Atomfall. Described by some as a British take on Bethesda's wildly popular Fallout series, Atomfall is an open world survival game with RPG elements where the world is left stuck in the 1960s following a nuclear disaster. Primarily set in the north of England, it's your job to explore the quarantine zone in search of answers, bumping into various bandit camps and mutated beings along the way. Ammunition is scarce in the world of Atomfall, meaning you'll need to get to grips with using melee weapons such as spades and truncheons. We really enjoyed the hour or so we got to play at last year's Gamescom, finding it a good excuse to cause a bit of chaos within a barren take on the British countryside. Roll on March 27th. After all but perfecting the fast-paced FPS with 2020's brilliant Doom Eternal, developer id Software is taking no prisoners with the franchise's next installment, which serves as a prequel set to explore the true origins of the Doomslayer. In real terms, this gives Doom the Dark Ages the ability to serve as a clean slate for newcomers while staying true to the series' incredibly metal and hellish iconography in a cool new way. Currently, Doom the Dark Ages is set to release this May, but you can be assured that when it does launch on PC and consoles, ripping and tearing will be given a whole new meaning thanks to the addition of a shield soul weapon and various other ways to slaughter. Fable. Though still without an official release date, the handful of times Fable has broken cover at the odd Xbox showcase with a new trailer has stoked up our excitement immensely. Developed by Playground Games, the same studio known for creating attractive and absorbing worlds in its Forza Horizon series, the sky is the limit with what it could potentially achieve when creating a witty and wry fantasy setting for a new generation of RPG fans. Hopefully 2025 is the year where players on Xbox, PC and potentially even PS5 will be able to visit a revitalized version of Albion to become the hero it so sorely needs. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, be sure to leave it a like and consider subscribing to the Mirror Gaming YouTube channel to stay up to date with even more videos like this. Until next time, thank you so much again for watching and we'll see you in the next one.